Hey, good morning, second grade. It is Friday, September the 4th. So we are ready to start with our day. Make sure you have your Friday folder out, and you will need a couple of things. So in this video, I'm going to go over SEL, and then I'm going to go over the religion that you can work on your own with those two. So your SEL this morning, you have a poster that says, it's okay for me to make mistakes. So let's talk about what a mistake is. A mistake is something that we do that we don't intentionally want to do. So it's not like we do it on purpose. It's something that we do, but we don't realize that we do it. So especially like in school, if we make a mistake on a math problem, it's okay. We can try it again. If we make a mistake spelling something, it's okay. We'll figure out how to respell it. If you make a mistake when you're cooking with mommy, we'll know that when your food doesn't taste like it should. But it's okay because you can always redo. So it's okay to make those mistakes. You've seen Mrs. Patterson make mistakes when I'm writing on the Promethean board. And I make that mistake, and it's like, oh, I just erased that, and I'll start again. It's just a mistake, and it's okay to make those mistakes. So you don't have to feel bad about yourself when you make a mistake. The other thing about making mistakes is we learn from our mistakes. We learn from our mistakes. So when we make a mistake, the next time we probably won't make that same mistake on that same problem or that same question or that same thing that we're doing. So mistakes are a big part of learning, and it is absolutely fine to make those mistakes and then just correct them. Okay, so what you're going to do is you are going to color this beautiful poster. There are lots of things up here to color. We have this little guy right here, and we have the word okay and mistakes that you may color. Very beautiful. Please, please, please put your name on it, okay? We may hang this in the classroom if they come back pretty enough. Okay, so that is our SEL for this morning. The next thing is religion. Today, you're going to read a little bit and do some things about St. John Chrysostom. Okay, so St. John, he was known as the golden mouthed because he was a great speaker. So he was able to actually say things and talk to people with wisdom and knowledge and in a way that people would listen to him, kind of like Jesus. So he was a great speaker. He talked to people about Jesus. Okay, that was his thing. He went out and taught about Jesus to people. Okay, so we have a picture of him right here. And he is in a picture of what a priest wears. These are the articles of clothing that a priest will wear, okay? So I'm going to kind of tell you something different that we're doing with this today. So you see the little boxes at the top? There's a dove, and then there's other little boxes. There's his hands making the peace sign like this. There's a bee. There's some crosses. What you're going to do on this one is you're going to look at those pictures, and on him or in his picture around him, color just that area. Not the whole thing, just that area. So the first one here is a dove, so you're going to color that dove. Okay? There's one in here of the bee, so you're going to color the bees. There's the cross, so you're just going to color the crosses. Okay? So just color what you see in these pictures here. Okay, and then it goes on to say, can you find the bees? St. John Chrysostom said that bees are very important because they work hard to help others. Bees live together in a family. Each bee works to help each person in the family. Can you help your family? Yeah, how do you help your family? Think about that. Okay, then there is our little prayer. On this side is our prayer. So you can trace over and you may say that prayer today. Okay? Say that prayer. If today you hear his voice, harden not your hearts. So that's a little prayer that you can say. Okay? And then on the back side, here, we have some letters in here in our box. And I did the first one for you. It said I had to find 1A. Well, here's 1, and here's A, and if I cross my fingers and I go from A to 1, I come to that T. So the first letter was a T. Then I need to find 2D. So I go to the 2, I go over to the D row. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't see that. I find the 2, I go over to the D, and there's that letter, H, and I write it there. Then I want 2E. I'm in my E row, and I go over to the E right there from the top. Make it come down, and that's the E. Then I want 6G. I go to my 6th row, and I go all the way over to the G column, and there's an R. And then I do 5E. Here's my 5, here's my E row, and it comes down to this E. So you're going to have to find these letters. See if you can find those letters from the box and write it here, okay, to finish that sentence. Then we have our gospel at the bottom. So I want you to read that gospel and think about what the gospel says today, okay? Read the gospel. This is a summary of what the gospel reading is for Sunday's church. So if you go to church tomorrow or on Sunday, you're going to hear part of this gospel, and you'll know what it's about, okay? You'll know what it's about. It says, Jesus is teaching the disciples about the church. The church isn't just the building. It's all of the people that worship God. So I want you to reread the gospel and think about that, okay? But that is our gospel reading for Sunday. Okay, so that is your SEL and your religion for today. So go on and do those 2 papers, and I will be back in just a little bit for your phonics spelling test. See you then.